Hello everyone and welcome to a new releases video for March, and this time round I have a mix of both bestseller authors and indie authors, and this month it's more directed on the grave and waking the dead, I believe, than last month, which we had more about dragons. So we sort of shifted from dragons to awakening the dead. So the first book out is The Killing Fog by Jeff Wheeler, and this is about Bing May, who survives a combat school, and then she joins a band, or gets forced into a band of mercenaries, I'm not sure, but she gets hired by noblemen to go and look for a ancient buried city, the Grave Kingdom, where there's supposed to be treasures in a palace. So this is a sort of kind of questy, finding artifacts book, which, you know, who doesn't like that sort of tale of the sort of old and ancient treasures. And I also believe that the book is inspired by Chinese and maybe Japanese sort of culture, where honor and dignity is very much going to be haunting Bing May's sort of internal monologue or guilt, and they will haunt her, as in when she goes and finds this city, there's this Ihon dark dragon of nights, dark master that has been entombed for years, and I believe she is going to perhaps set him free willingly or accidentally, and then her mission will be to stop him and stop him from destroying the world of the living, and obviously his mission or purpose is then to stop her stopping him. So fighting, you know, I can imagine a bit of maybe samurai swords, I'm not sure, but that's sort of the feeling I get. You know, there's a boat, there's a crew, there's a mission, there's a quest. Yeah, I think this could be a quite intriguing read. And this book will be releasing on the 1st of March, so it's coming to you quite soon. Next up we have The House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas, and this one I think will be a very intriguing, strange sort of read. So this is about Bryce, and she loves her life. She lives going to nightclubs, and in the city that's also called the Crescent City. She is half fae, half human, and she also seems to become buried in a mystical darkness, or a lord or someone that wakes up, buries the city, or shakes the city, and it sounds like maybe Bryce is dead and haunting life, but it could also be a saying, and she is there. I'm not sure how this is going to play out, but it's going to be the same sort of mission here, to make sure that the Dark Lord is not risen up and destroying the world. And she meets someone, a fallen angel hunt, that helps her, and they sort of dig for the past, and they see what they can find about what's happened, and maybe how they can stop the world going under. And it doesn't say anything about love here, and you know how much I love a love story, but hopefully they might at least have some friendly banter or some sort of connection and relationship that makes this book very fascinating. So yeah, so this book will come out on the 3rd of March, so tick that in your calendar as well. Moving on to the next book, we have the very known author Cassandra Clare. She has now written The Last Hour, Chains of Gold, a Shadow Hunter book, and the blurb to this book sounds very intriguing and very promising indeed. So it's about Cordelia. She lives with her mom and dad and her brother, and she is living a good life, and all is good, hunting demons. She wants to be, a demon hunter and a hero rather than a bride. But then one day her dad gets accused of a crime, and Cordelia and her brother goes back to the Edwardian London and trying to prevent this her family being ruined. So I'm not sure if in this time or later, but she does meet up with two of her friends, James and Lucian, and she gets swept into this fairy tale romantic life where she goes into ballrooms where all the magical people like mermaids, warlocks, fays, and all of these creatures are mingling, and there's the supernatural salon, until demons attack demons that are not normal shadow hunters, but a sort of different type of demon that they never fought before, and that is impossible to kill. So they turn London upside down, and London gets quarantined, and now it's about survival and tapping into a power that they seem to be connected to that she didn't know. And in all of this, she has to hide her love for James, her friend, who is going to marry, or promised, to someone else. So it seems that there's all these mythical creatures, there's all this action, there's the demons attacking, there's the powers. So very colourful, very eventful book it seems to be. And I like the ending where it says that she will now find out the true price of being a hero. So I guess there's going to be some misery as well. And it doesn't say if it's going to be a happy ending or not. So let's hope that she makes it. But this is a very intriguing sort of setup from Cassandra Clare again, and she obviously has written very nice paranormal romance books, so I'm expecting this one to not disappoint. This one will be releasing as well on the 3rd of March, so I'm looking forward to that one. And then we're gonna jump to the next book, which is Lethal Game by Christine Freehan, and this one will also be released on the 3rd of March, so a lot of books on the 3rd of March this month. So this is about ghost walkers, but not in the normal sense that I would think ghost walkers like night walkers, but sort of dead walking. But maybe it is, who knows. So Malashai is a ghost walker. He attacks. I'm not sure what he attacks, but maybe he defends himself, or he battles off evil demons, and this seems to be a romantic paranormal romance, which paranormal romance should be romantic, but he ends up injured from his ways of living, I suppose, and he ends up in a retreat for physical therapy in California, and there he meets Amaryllis, who is a kind, warm woman. I think they bond. She maybe helps him get better. She seems to be doing really well with the healing, and the healing that maybe is not natural. He starts to realize that she might also be a ghost walker. I guess she's a sort of person that's nice but keeps a secret. She's a bit laid back. She's a bit drawn back to keep this secret, and maybe that is because she doesn't know how to tell him, or want to tell him that she is a ghost walker too, and maybe she doesn't know he is. But then when there seems to be some sort of attack, or some people coming to haunt them, to hunt him, maybe for what he's done in the past, and he feels that he can't keep her safe anymore, when they haven't talked out who they are. There seems to be a discussion that needs to be made between them, and he is worried that she will run for the hills. Maybe he's wrong about his assumptions, but yeah, this sort of book where it's a woman and a man, they have found each other. He is normally very rough, very rugged, and she's very kind and warm, and sort of the opposite attracts, I suppose. So yeah, I think that this could be a cozy read, something that you would want to read at night before falling asleep, and I am expecting it to be very emotionally drawn into a sort of love drama. So that's what I think about this book. Moving on to the next book, and I hope I'm saying the name right, Tomi Adeyemi, is The Children of Virtue and Vengeance, and this one is inspired by, you know, Africa and the tribes and the magic that they had there. So this is about Seli and Amari, and they have conducted some sort of ritual to bring the old powers of Mai back to Osori, and I guess that the rituals took out more of them than they thought. There's havoc in the lands, and there's a civil war on the horizon. It doesn't state much here that I can go on, but I was gripped by this book because I think it's a very real, very sort of almost drama fantasy, where you have to follow these girls as they struggle to bring back you know, a peaceful kingdom. So two girls in a sort of African ritual tribe. I think it's going to be a nice story, because normally, you know, we follow men, or men suppressing women, or, you know, this gender equality sort of topic, and you know, having two girls save their lands. I thought that was a nice mix into these releases, and I think that they would be that I'm not familiar with the culture as much, and the uniqueness of the rituals and the magic, and probably there's some real aspects of what they sort of believe in, should be very intriguing. So although this is not a sort of book I would pick up normally, I thought this one looked very intriguing indeed. So this one will be releasing on the 5th of March, so check that one out as well. So last but not least, I have J.R. Ward by The Sinner. This one is going to be released on the 24th of March, and who can wait? So the Black Dagger Brotherhood, Sin has been, you know, doing his bit, doing his hustles as a mercenary. His next job is the one that's going to get him into trouble, I think, because he sort of crosses the path of a vampire, but also a half-breed, Jo, who doesn't know she is, well, anything paranormal in this paranormal romance or paranormal crime sort of genre. Anyway, she finds an erotic connection to Sin, and you know, she feels that there's something wrong, because obviously he is very dangerous, or in very dangerous you know, circles where he, you know, does his job. So I think that he will probably try to keep his distance, maybe, from Jo, but sort of can't stay away, which is sort of a very nice normal paranormal topic, and one very much enjoyed. Then there is also the case of Butch, who is said to come with a prophecy of that will bring down Omega, the sort of society that they live in. And I think they're trying to battle that. He finds an ally in Sin, and how they now are going to be up against evil. So Sin seems to be very occupied with having evil chasing him from one side and trying to be romantic or keep this other woman safe, the Joe, and also maybe teach her who she is and let her know about this whole world that she doesn't know about, which could be a bit of a shock, I suppose. So very I can sense some humor in this, even though I can see you know, the blood running up the O, and you know, suspense, and maybe some twist where he's caught in dilemmas. So looking forward to this one as well. And if you have any comments about any books that I've been discussing today, please leave a comment in the comment section below to let me know if you if I have done the correct predictions, or if you have anything else to add. I'm going to now just do a quick summary of the books that I have been discussing. So first up we had The Killing Fog with James Wheeler, will be releasing on the 1st of March. Then we had The House of Earth and Blood with Sarah J. Maas, that will be releasing on the 3rd of March. Also on the 3rd of March we had Cassandra Clare with The Last Hour, Change of Gold. And also on the 3rd of March we have Christine Freehan with Lethal Game. And moving on to the 5th of March we have Tomi Adeyemi with The Children of Virtue and Vengeance. That will leave us with last and final book, which is by J.R. Ward, The Sinner. So that will be releasing on the 24th of March. So 6 very good books, and I can't wait to see more about what's happening with them. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so now. And as always, I wish you a very good day. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!